Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the Captain Logan Show. It is me, Captain Logan. And joining me, as always, is my fantastic chat moderator and producer, DJ Martinez. Broadcasting once again from an undisclosed gym.
Yes, that's my location. Thanks for giving it away.
Wait, it's undisclosed. All I said was it's a gym. We can tell there's exercise equipment in the background. No, he's not like at like a public gym.
No, but I should be. That would be funny.
Yeah, wouldn't that be crazy?
Record one of these from a treadmill.
We should find like really weird locations to broadcast from, and like both of us. Like imagine, if you will, there's no way this would ever happen, but imagine if we got some chain restaurant to sponsor us for one show, and we both were in different buildings of the same chain restaurant, where it's like you were in one in Georgia and I was in one in Kansas. We were like, hey, coming to you live from, I don't know, Perkins or whatever it was. Waffle House. We'll do a Waffle House show.
Well, we could totally get away with doing it at a Waffle House. We wouldn't even need a sponsor. They don't care.
That's true. We wouldn't need any permission at Waffle House.
Nobody would even be there.
Actually, you know, I don't mean to announce things like we always do, but yeah, we'll just do the Waffle House show. That's going to happen. I'm telling everybody about it. Now, you know what people are going to say, though, right? People are going to be like, no, it has to be White Castle.
Oh, yeah. But we both have to drive really far to get to a White Castle.
That's true. Yeah, we do. Okay, rapid fire show tonight, folks. We're going to do a crazy one for you. We're really going to try to. I'm in a mood tonight, DJ. I got a lot of energy. I've had too much coffee today, which is probably really obvious, both from my bounciness and my bloodshot eyes. No, I'm kidding. My eyes are not bloodshot. But I have had a lot of coffee.
I'm not quite on your level yet, but I've got some whiskey here, so maybe I'll get on your level in a few minutes.
Wait, you're drinking on the show?
Yeah, it's a special occasion. I'm on Central Time.
Oh, I thought the special occasion was I decided at the 11th hour to do a random rapid fire show. And you're like, well, I guess I'm drinking. It's a big deal show. Ooh, we should have dressed up like we used to.
Yeah. No, I'm not celebrating anything. I'm just at my in-laws' house, and my father-in-law has like 30 bottles of bourbon just around the house. So I'm trying this one.
Well, then I'm totally going to also get whiskey in the not too distant future. Although all I have is really crap whiskey that like doesn't taste that great, but I've got some. So
whatever works.
I'll take a shot of something. Okay, guys, like I said, nutso show tonight. I'm hoping that some more folks pour in as we, speaking of whiskey, pour in as we get going here, because I want to do a big, crazy goal night for Super Chats. So no pressure or nothing, but if you're so inclined, leave questions with Super Chats, and leave lots of questions, because first of all, I'm going to attempt a 70-question show tonight, and I don't remember what the goal is. So I'm pretty sure I've never done quite that many. I think we've aimed at 50 and maybe gotten close or hit 50 once or twice. I cannot remember.
Yeah, I think because we called it the 52. We hit like the new 52. I remember we got at least 52, but 70 is quite the...
Well, I'm setting my sights too far out there probably then. This is going to be the overly ambitious Captain Logan show. We're going to try it. We're going to see. And we're going to do a Super Chat goal tonight. And I don't know if we have any chance at hitting it, but I'm going to attempt it. Now, if we don't hit this goal, I'm not saying I'll never do this, but I'm going to front load it and do it earlier if we hit it. I'm not promising a date, but I will promise sometime this year with this, and I will do whatever I have to do to get it done, because I've thought about doing this for a long time, and we get weird requests for this somewhat frequently. People will occasionally leave comments and be like, Cap, you've never seen one of these movies. When are you finally going to watch these movies?
Oh, it's movie related. Okay, my mind was going all over the place. I was like, if you hit it, the Super Chat goal, he's gonna have another kid or something.
It could have been anything. Yeah, and I'd have to get written permission from my wife, I think, to get that one going. No, if we, and that would be higher than what than the goal I'm gonna set tonight.
And that would be the worst goal ever, because nobody wants that, because that would take more time away from the channel.
Goal tonight, this is hefty, but this is a crazy one that's going to take me some time and effort and watch things I don't want to watch. So, again, this may not happen, but I probably won't do it until after this year if this doesn't get hit tonight, okay? So here we go. Tonight's goal is a $150 Super Chat goal. Kind of hefty. It's a little bit up there. $150 Super Chat goal to do an overview on the entirety of the Fast and the Furious films.
Oh, someone just called it in the chat before you said that.
Oh, good job, AMC. Yeah. Yeah, people have asked me to do it forever. I've never seen one of them. I know next to nothing about those movies except for, like, obviously a couple of cast members. And that's it. So if you want to see me finally...
That's a commitment.
Talk about those movies. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do it, and I don't know if I'll do it by myself or I may invite Connor or somebody else that has seen them before. DJ does not look like he wants to be there. You could show up and just mod it. It could be like the Krypton show where you just gotta sit there.
I would fall asleep. Cars, man. Cars are not my thing.
So that's what I'm going to do. $150 super chat goal. I don't know if there's any chance at hitting it, but I was trying to think of something kind of crazy and fun. So that's what I'm going to do. After the show tonight, we're going to have a Geekvolution After Dark. It's going to be me and Brandon and Austin talking about stuff we don't always talk about or usually talk about on the channel. We're going to be tackling some topics from Patreon, from the patrons, and bring in some stuff of our own and read another chapter of the horrifying fan fiction Sonic High School. And then tomorrow night, we're not going to have anything because I'm going to be out of town going to a funeral. So I'll be back next Wednesday, actually at least next Thursday. I got to play next week by ear because I have an event or a function that I'm going to Wednesday night, and I don't know how late I'm going to get back with that. I'm going to a concert that night. So anyway, plan the next couple weeks kind of by ear, but I'll sneak stuff in when I can. We're going to try to get the next Rewind commentary next Thursday night, probably after the Captain Logan show. We're doing Punisher Warzone because Ray Stevenson just passed away, so we wanted to go ahead and front load that as early as we could. That's been a couple of weeks now, so we're going to be a little bit late on that, but that was Austin's idea. I thought it was a good one, so we'll go ahead and do that. I think it's been a couple weeks since he passed. I'm forgetting now, a week or two. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So leave your questions, folks. We're going to need tons of them. We've got just a few from Patreon, and a quick plug for that again, too. If you'd like to be able to leave questions ahead of time, go to patreon.com/geekvolution. The $2 tier lets you leave a question. We're going to start just taking them monthly now because we've had so much interest in that. I don't want the Patreon questions to take over the show too much, so we're just going to do 2 or 3. More than that, if we really need questions each show, but we're not going to be putting feelers out every week for those. So if you're watching live and you feel like you haven't been able to get questions in because there's been too much Patreon, never fear. We're only going to do a couple of show now is the plan. But if you can't make it to the show, becoming a patron is a good idea because you can get a question in at least once a month, likely more than that though. So DJ, whatever you see first, Patreon or otherwise pre-written. We don't have any super chats yet. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. And
I'm going to go as fast as humanly possible. Here it comes.
All right, cinematographic. Captain DJ, would regular human food be lethal to a Kryptonian daywalker Navi Uchiha hybrid, even if he or she was half human?
What?
I don't know.
I don't know, but that you might win the prize for nerdiest question ever asked on the show, and most specifically nerdiest question asked on the show. I don't know anything about the Navi. I don't like those that movie. I didn't see the sequel because I didn't like the first one, so I haven't bothered with it. But I don't know anything about what they even eat. Kryptonians seem to just eat regular people food, and it's bad to be around kryptonite. I don't know what that has to do with food. So yeah, probably not. You'd know better than I would by the fact that you thought that was that you even thought of that question.
All right.
Are you keeping track of number?
Yeah, I will.
Are you gonna tally them?
Mm-hmm.
DJ is like a guy in that's been in prison where he's just tallying on the walls.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? This show's basically prison.
I feel that way myself sometimes.
Prison of our own design. All right.
Exactly.
Code Anime Fan.
Yeah.
Does Elsa from Frozen count as a superhero? She does have the same superpower as Iceman from X-Men.
I don't think so. I mean, I've never thought of that as a superhero, I guess. You can make a case. I mean, we do this with a million and one things. Where is that a superhero thing? Is that it's kind of, for me? It's kind of more about the attitude of the piece than it is like the character herself. And I've only seen that movie once, so like, isn't that more of like a princess situation? Is she a princess?
Yeah.
That's a princess, right?
Yeah, she's not going around saving people.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could be a princess and a superhero, but I don't think she is.
I mean, Barbie, Princess's Magic, whatever that movie.
Hey, that was a superhero movie. Yeah,
I know, that's what I'm saying.
No, that's true. Yeah, so you can, but no, I don't think just because you have superpowers and you are not killing people or breaking into banks means you are a superhero by default.
Well, then she is killing people. She killed her own sister.
Oh, okay. I don't even remember, and I don't know what the sequel does. So not that 2 makes a pattern, but I don't even know if they go more in that direction with her after that. But yeah, I mean, if she lived in the X-Men universe and she, went to Xavier's school and hung out with Iceman and everybody else, I mean, it'd be a redundant power. But like, if she went on missions and things, she'd be a superhero at that point. But
she's more like a crypto freak.
Yeah, but like a benevolent. That's a terrific point. There's a lot of crypto freaks that you wouldn't necessarily call superheroes until they like actually put on a costume and like regularly go out and try to, save the world, right?
Mm-hmm. Daniverse.
I feel like you're hitting questions that have been asked for a long time that we just never got to, that like show up every now and again, because I feel like I recognize those.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get some strange ones tonight because people are reaching in the archives, trying to get as many questions as they can. So strap in.
Okay, yeah, strap in, everybody. All right, here we go. And once again, if we get to 150 tonight, see, we've got 2 hours to do it. We're gonna go till 9 o'clock. If we hit that, if you just happen to come in that $150 goal, I will do an overview review of the Fast and the Furious movies, of which I have never seen any of them. I'm not promising a win, but it'll happen this year. Go ahead, DJ.
Daniverse wants to know, ever had the feeling of eating too much? It's not great.
Ever dance with the devil in the... Yes.
This week, man.
Somewhat frequently, I have to say, and not just on holidays either, not just Thanksgiving or whatever. I am a little bit of a binge eater. Like, I definitely have, I don't mind saying, like, a little bit of a problem with that. I'm a stress eater, and I can eat to excess and eat, past where I feel like I'm full, or like if I kind of lose myself and I haven't been dieting well and exercising and stuff, like anybody, I've definitely gotten to the place a few times in my life where I can't tell when I'm full. I'm in a lot better shape now, and I've been keeping my weight down and exercising a lot and stuff, so I have kind of figured that out recently, although it can be difficult to maintain it, and I have to kind of fight a sugar addiction and that kind of thing. So yes, and unfortunately more than I wish that I had, and more than I might have been willing to admit at one point in my life. But it's possible for that to happen to me again, but I've overcome it so far. So that's exciting to me. Anyway, I'm in the best shape I've been in probably 15, 20 years. So
awesome. My biggest problem is I don't like wasting food, and now I have kids who waste food all the time, so I'm always eating their food so it doesn't go to waste, and I'm just like eating way too much, overstuffing myself.
Oh, I can't relate to that at all. No, I'll admit I just toss stuff. I don't love that either, but
I don't know what's wrong with me. I grew up in the Depression, but my parents aren't like that, so I don't know why I'm so weird about that. Anyway, Daniverse. Favorite on-screen president? I've always loved Jack Nicholson in Mars Attacks.
Me too. We've still got 2 out of 3 branches of government left, and that ain't bad. Yeah, that one's definitely up there for me. Oh boy, I gotta think about this. Good fictional presidents. Oh, like, just bad ones are coming to me all of a sudden. Like Harrison Ford in Air Force One. That's not a great... No, what am I talking about? My favorite... fictional president is, what is his name? Is the president, the black president in 24. He's wonderful. Why is his name not coming to me? I just haven't thought about that universe in a while. But anyway, It's gonna come to me, but yeah, it's him. And then I also like I like all the presidents in 24. Like President Logan, the kind of evil president, is really interesting, and they have a lot of fun with him and just how horrible he is, a master manipulator. And then the female, almost like Captain Janeway type president that they have after him is also pretty good. So yeah, I like 24 for fictional presidents. David Palmer. Thank you, Tom Atkins. Appreciate it, man.
There we go.
David Palmer. He's great. He's played by the Allstate guy.
Huh.
You're in good hands with Allstate. if I ever finally make that top 10 like black actors with like great voices list that I've been talking about making for years and years, he's definitely on it. Spoiler alert, the Allstate, I can't think of his name. The Allstate guy is on that list. He's great.
Allstate guy. Daniverse, what if Cap found himself in a SpiderVerse situation and discovered there were alternate reality versions of himself?
I would probably be jealous of their success over my own. That'd be my guess.
You might find a schlubby Captain B. Parker or Captain B. Logan.
Yeah, no, that's true. I'd find out that I was like somewhere in the middle. I would just learn that like basic life lesson that you're supposed to learn by the time you're like 10 years old or whatever, that like there's always somebody better at the thing that you're good at than you. You know what I mean? Like you figure that out. No, I actually explored that a little bit in my first novel, The Girl with Seven First Names, which is a multiverse thing. And my protagonist meets a much more successful version of himself from another dimension, and they become friends, but he's also kind of jealous of him. And I also have a female version of my protagonist in that, so that's a thing that through fiction I've kind of explored a little bit.
You might find out that you were never meant to be Captain Logan, and you're all a mistake.
Yeah, like as a what if thing, there's a million, kinds of scenarios with that, so I don't really concretely know how to answer that. Then to say that this wasn't really the question, but I feel like I should say something interesting. If there was a portal that opened DJ to another universe, and I could tell that like that's the bunker, but somewhere else, where it's like a version of me that was like a giant My Little Pony fan or something, and he's got like a whole section of the bunker that's just nothing but My Little Pony, I would absolutely step through the portal to find out.
That would be it, right? Because they all have spider powers. You would all be collectors, but they would just be slightly different collections.
They'd just be different collectors, yeah, and they'd all be YouTubers, but maybe about different things.
Yeah, there's an ASM artist and a guy who just tries food.
Yeah, like would they all be writers? Like, they could also all be writers. You could have I don't write videos as much anymore because I've gone toward the streaming thing, partly just because of my life situation these days. But like maybe one of them is a novelist and one of them is like a professional reviewer, whatever that means now, and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, super chats are flying in. They really want you to watch those car fast movies.
Get me there, man. I'll do it. I'll absolutely do it. I will buy the deluxe box set or whatever. That's probably streaming somewhere.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to find out. I'll get on it.
That's probably Paramount Plus, right? Is that a Paramount franchise? I don't even know that.
I don't even know. I've never Paramount Plus. What? What's that?
Alex Barron. That means it's crap, is what it is. At least if you're trying to watch it on Fire Stick. Alex Barron. That means there's a multiverse where Cap is a raptor. That is the correct answer, and I missed it. I did not nail that.
Captor Logan. Mutale Force 14
Velocicaptor?
South African Rand. So I'm going to have to do the conversion on that. Cap, who would
It's 75 cents. No,
Cap,
it is.
Cap, who would roast you the hardest, Eric or Austin?
Oh, that's a tie. And they'd both be really good at it because they both know me really, really well. Yeah, that's a tie. If I have to say, I would give it to Austin at this point over Eric, but only marginally, because, well, I don't want to say that Eric would be afraid to say anything about me either, but like Austin is just vicious. He'll say anything. Now both of them though. No, that's impossible, which is probably why you asked him.
Yeah, good question.
Moving right along. Where are we at? 8 or 9?
Yeah, sure. The Great and Powerful Dodd.
Yeah, sure. What is it? 5?
I don't know. I'd have to count up my tallies.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was like, I thought you were counting. It's like, no, I'm literally making a tally. Okay, sorry.
The Great and Powerful Dodd,
yeah.
199. Thoughts on the cat?
Well, you got to give me time for the gong.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I'll leave like we're on a sitcom. I'll leave a break for the gong. Thoughts on the casting rumors for Superman Legacy?
Gong with the wind. None of the rumored potential actors save. I'm sorry, I can't think of people's names right now. Save the guy who played Beast in the X-Men movies, who might be Lex Luthor, are actors that I have really seen anything, or at least I didn't recognize them right away. So, like, the guys they're looking at for Superman, they look fine. They look like they could maybe be Superman, but I haven't done any research into that to see what else they've done and if I like that. So I don't know. I haven't spent any time researching that, so apologies. I don't have any thoughts. And I've talked about this beyond. That would not have been a thought of mine for Lex Luthor, but I can kind of see it. It's not a bad choice.
Michael McAllister.
Hello.
$4.99. There it is.
How loud is that?
Not very loud to me.
Is that like ear breaking? Okay, good.
No.
Nicholas Holt, thank you, AMC. And I will need you to remind me of his name 35 times. I never knew that.
Every show.
I
never knew his name?
I never knew it.
Come on, that's Jack the Giant Slayer. Do you guys like going to the gym or do you prefer home workouts? What's your favorite exercises?
Well, he said both of us, and I know I got to go fast, but why don't you field it first, and then I'll do mine real briefly.
I've completely changed. I used to go to the gym all the time, and I used to lift weights. Now I mostly do, like body weight calisthenics stuff. I've been finding that much more useful, and mostly just mobility stuff. As I get older, I want to stay flexible, and that's much more important than having big muscles when you're 30, 40. You got to stay mobile.
Okay, so I completely...
So yoga and stuff. And
I completely agree with you that that's probably more important, but I've never been a practical person, so I have flipped the script on that myself, but the other direction. I used to be 100% cardio all the time, and I would pretty much just run or get on the elliptical and not do very much else, and now, well, I mean, I can't say totally flipped it. I still do a lot of cardio, but now I am lifting weights because I've never bulked up. I've always been really scrawny, and I wanted to see if I could. And I didn't want to wait too late in life to finally do that. And so I've been building some muscle, and my arms and legs are bigger than they've ever been now. And I don't mean to brag. It's just different, and it's kind of fun to work on that. So I have been lifting, like I said, quite a bit, and I like working out at home. I don't go to the gym at all. I've got a lot of space in the bunker. I've got weights. I used to use an elliptical. It broke on me, and I've found other exercises, and I don't really feel like I need that anymore. So I'm gonna get rid of that, and I probably won't replace it. That used to be my big thing. But like, I've got a punching bag that I use, and I've got a bar, and I've got hand weights, and I've got what do you call bands? I use quite a bit of bands. And, as far as, like, favorite exercises, I don't know. Like, I don't love exercising. Like I'm starting to enjoy it more than I used to, but it's kind of still just a thing that I do because I, want to stay in shape. So I don't know that I have, like, a favorite thing. Although I am starting to enjoy weightlifting in a way that I didn't think that I would. So I guess at the moment it's probably just, like, shoulder stuff with the bar and that kind of thing. Like, the squats and things. Yeah, and just to be clear, you said cardio. I wasn't saying I do any cardio. I don't do any kind of cardio. Okay.
Strength training, but with body weight, pull-ups, push-ups, squats, that kind of stuff. I definitely don't do cardio, which I should, because my heart, it's good for the heart. But I've never been a running person. I've never been able to just run. I don't know.
I do a lot of running in place, and a lot of jump jacks and squats and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Mutale.
I cannot do the salmon ladder, those senior sticks.
Oh, gotta work on those pull-ups.
Yeah, I also don't want that monstrosity in my basement.
No, you could just do plyos on the pull-up bar. Just do a pull-up and, like, jump off of it and catch back onto it.
Yeah, I don't have one of those either, but sure.
Oh.
Maybe I should do that. Anyway,
great.
Sorry, we need to move on, but I should compare notes with you at some point, because I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff that you do that I've never even thought of.
We should do. I don't know if anyone cares, but we could talk about this at some point.
Yeah, sure. I've thought about doing a video just showing people what I do.
Ooh, that would be fun.
And also it would just be fun and
come
silly
to
and
your
geeky
house.
because I'm sure I look really, really awkward doing it, and I have lots of silly geeky tattoos now, and you'd see all of them when I'm working out. So I'm thinking about making that.
It works
video.
out in the nude. That's another thing you didn't mention.
Yeah, well,
Like
I'll make sure that for just that video, I'm at least wearing shorts. But
yeah, you gotta throw something on.
yeah.
But yeah, I would love to come to your basement and you run me through a Captain Logan show workout or a Captain Logan workout.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, and the other thing we should do when you're here, of course, is the Green Ranger kata.
Yeah, we still gotta do that. I gotta get back in shape.
We've talked about doing that forever.
Mutale.
Okay, sorry. We'll go faster. We'll go faster.
Super speed. Better opening credits for a superhero trilogy: Raimi's Spider-Man films or Gunn's Guardian films. Also, what are the canon events in being Captain Logan?
It is not complete. That's fun. It is
question.
not completely fair to compare them, of course, because they're doing very different things. Raimi's Spider-Man is much more traditional, and what I love about Gunn's movies, just in general, is how original and to his very own style they are. But if I have to pick between them, it is those, just because as good as the Raimi credits are in getting you in the mood for those movies, setting the tone, all of that. I like the recap stuff that they do in the second and third movie fine. I was so blindsided multiple times by Gunn's movies, and especially with that first one where the title just hits you in the face, and I love that feeling so much with movies when I'm not expecting a title and it just appears almost like a mistake. Like, I love that, so that inches it out just a little bit for me.
All right.
And then canon events. You can count that as another question.
All right, I'll split that off as two.
Canon events in Captain Logan's life. I would say, oh man, I feel like it's hard to do this and not get deeply personal, actually.
Yeah.
Because I want to say, man, because with Spider-Man it seems like it's all tragedy.
Yeah.
Or at least what we know about it's all tragedy. So
you might have to keep it more to stuff that's already been talked about on the channel.
Well, certainly, I'm not gonna. Not that I have anything super juicy left. Like I've been pretty much an open book, honestly. But like, do I have to go through the thing I did in high school just before college with my ex-girlfriend? Like, does that happen every time?
Yeah.
Like certain people in your life that you lose, like with Spider-Man. But like, there's not anybody that's died because of me.
No.
That I can think of.
That you know of.
That I know of, yeah.
Well, you have to have someone from a faraway state move in with you drastically all of a sudden and live with you for several years.
Sure. Yeah. I probably have to have at least a kid.
Yeah. You got to jump out of an airplane.
Got it. Yeah, like if it's more benign stuff, there's probably those fateful moments where like you're introduced to a fandom, or that's a terrific one. I don't have a great answer for it. That's a tough one to come up with.
That's one to noodle
off the cuff. Right up. But okay, let's keep going. Here we go.
The great and powerful Dodd 499. The video game adaptation craze is officially upon us.
Yeah.
We're finally getting the Twisted Metal streaming show we all wanted. No?
Nobody asked for. As soon as I found out about that, I was like, where's the clown? Where's the clown on the poster? There it is.
I didn't even know about that.
There's the clown.
I played so much Twisted Metal as a kid.
And the look on... Help me out, Falcon.
Anthony Mackie?
Anthony Mackie, yeah. The look on Anthony Mackie's face... I didn't even realize that was a series. I thought it was a movie. But the look on Anthony Mackie's face in the poster is like... Yep. I'm doing this.
I haven't been in an MCU movie in like 5, 6, 7 years. I'm doing this.
Well, he's making his Captain America movie, which, by the way, they just changed the title of, and I don't love that. It was called New World Order, and I guess they were worried that it sounded too like,
wrestler WWF.
No, like stuff to do with Nazis. So they changed it to Brave New World, and I'm like, that sounds like a mistake, because that immediately has connotations of like a major book. I don't know why you do that, but that's what they're calling it. But I will probably look at Twisted Metal just because he's in it.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along.
Michael McAllister, $4.99. Gong?
With the wind.
That's all he said. All caps gong?
Oh, he just said gong?
Yeah, so give him another one.
Thanks, man. Yeah, sure, absolutely. I thought that was just you talking, honestly. I didn't even, because I wasn't reading
I don't
it. That's your job.
have any thoughts of my own. I just read.
Okay, I really appreciate the super chat in trying to get us to this goal to do a stupid thing I really don't want to have to do. But, I will probably someday eventually do it. But I'm telling you, if it doesn't happen tonight, it won't be this year. But
time only.
That didn't give us a question, so we can't mark that down in your prison tally, your wall prison tally.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll uncheck that one. Senior Sticks, though. What if Captain Logan was a T-Rex or an Allosaurus?
It's not a what if show. I wish it was though. We should do the what if. We should like blend them at some point. The like
this
what
is
if,
a what if.
The what if rapid fire.
But it's also two options. It's very interesting.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you could almost count it as two separate questions. No. What's an Allosaurus again? Which one is that?
It's what it kind of looks like a T-Rex. It just doesn't have the big old head, but it does stand on two legs.
Oh, that's why you're saying either of them, where it's like just that kind of a dinosaur.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's the one from Dinosaur, the Disney.
Well, the real question is, what are the canon events that happen in every Captain Logan's life, even if I'm a friggin' dinosaur?
Well, they could jump out of a plane. Be a big plane.
I would definitely eat more meat than I do now.
Yeah, almost exclusively.
That's for sure, and I wouldn't be able to broadcast in the bunker. I'm not sure how I would, make the Captain Logan show if I was a freaking T-Rex.
Yeah, how could you mute your microphone?
But the good news is I wouldn't be any more or less crappy at video games. Because I got those super tiny hands, and yeah. That's all I got. I wouldn't be driving a car.
You probably wouldn't be a good dad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did they eat their
young? It would be difficult. Yeah. Well, if I'm a self-aware, like if I'm who I am now, but I become a T-Rex, then I would attempt to be as good of a father as I could, I love how stupid this show already is. Man, I gotta tell you, I just need like 36 hours in my day, because like I've gotten so addicted to live streaming. I would do this every day if I could.
Yeah, I
totally would. I have had to scale it back to 3 days a week, but you guys have noticed I've started putting a couple shows in an evening if I can, because I hate that I had to scale back to 3 shows. So like you're still getting about the same amount of content you were before. I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna make GNNs now.
Yeah, I forgot about After Dark until you said that, but I was gonna say, hey, let's go for 3 hours since I'm on your time now. But oh wow, I forgot we have After Dark.
Well, but After Dark's not until 10 o'clock when Austin can be here. So if we feel up to it, we could write it out a little longer. It might not be straight up to 3 hours, but we could do a second break and write it out a little bit longer.
Sure.
If you want to, if you feel like it, especially to cheat and try to get to Fast and the Furious dollars.
Yeah. Got to make that happen, and got to get to 70 questions.
And again, no pressure or nothing to anybody, but we appreciate anybody that is leaving the super chats. You guys are great, and thanks just for being here, of course, as always. Okay, I gotta talk faster. Go ahead.
T-Edge won $2. Going to cover the Ladybug and Cat Noir, the movie?
No. Not planning on doing that. He's like, but it's superhero.
Is Ladybug and Cat Noir?
Yeah, that's some little kid show about superheroes.
Oh, he is a kid.
That I've never seen.
Oh, okay. Sorry to burst your bubble there, TH1.
Yeah, not planning on that. I mean, I make exceptions sometimes for tie-ins to TV shows I've never seen. So, like, if I do ever manage to finally get every single superhero movie tackled on Rewind or in the commentaries, like, I would eventually have to do that, but I'm not going to go to the theater to see that.
Yeah.
And Tom, don't leave another super chat and say that you can watch it streaming right away, because I'm not going to do that, even if you can. Okay, go ahead, DJ.
I love preempting the
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Well, I don't want him to waste his money. I'm not going to watch Cat Noir or whatever. I'm good. I got other things to do. Oh, speaking of nothing, I should mention, though, just the new superhero movies. I should mention real quick in case people are wondering about it. We're not going to cover Flash next week when that comes out right away, because the only the only day this month that John and I could meet, the only weekend we could meet to do the next 24-hour stream for Smallville is next Friday. So, in case you haven't heard the announcement already, and I need to post about it in social media, we are doing that next Friday. So the 16th. Friday into Saturday, watching season 3 of Smallville in 24 hours, and then we will cover the Flash movie the week after that. Okay, go ahead, DJ.
Utale 35 Czar.
Thank you very much.
Would you rather see future Guardians films done by Lord and Miller or Shane Black? Also, favorite Austin look clean shaven, beard, or mustache? Favorite Austin look?
Okay, that's 2 questions. Count them both. Austin, I think, he's got too much of a baby face right now, as young as he is. So I'm going to say bearded Austin is better than mustache Austin.
Bearded Austin.
Yeah, I think so. Now, not like super crazy rugged, but just like, I don't know, couple of days of stubble Austin, I think is the best Austin face. And then, hey, you asked, I have an opinion about everything. And then, what was the other question?
Who would you rather see take over the Guardians franchise, Shane Black or Lord and Miller?
I think Lord and Miller are better for that franchise. I like Shane Black a lot, but I definitely, especially for the long haul, like if they were going to make another trilogy, those guys over Shane Black, certainly. Good question.
Wow.
But I wouldn't mind seeing Shane Black come back and do like a Captain America movie or something in that vein. Like another like pseudo spy thing, like with Iron Man 3. And how cool would it be, actually, even though we don't have, that Captain America anymore? It would be, and however you feel about where MCU is right now with all of that, I think it would be actually cool to see the same director do an Iron Man and a Captain America.
Yeah.
Never had that thought before, but that's actually a really good idea.
We are at 15 questions.
Oh, I just don't feel like it's enough questions. Okay, go ahead.
Keep the questions coming. We're caught up on the super chat, so I'm going to go back to the regular chat. Cinematographic.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I'm rolling fast enough. It's like every 3 I have an announcement or something. Go ahead.
Also, Cap, hypothetically, do you think Smallville Jimmy Olsen and Man of Steel Superman would get along well enough for Clark to consider him family? He's trying to top himself for Nerdiest Question.
It's pretty nerdy, too. So, I'm sorry, what? Smallville Jimmy Olsen.
Smallville Jimmy Olsen.
So you're saying the retroactively fake Jimmy Olsen.
And Man of Steel Superman.
That wasn't really Jimmy Olsen. Would he get along with Man of Steel Superman?
Does Man of Steel Superman get along with anyone besides Lois?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't understand that character fully. Like, he's very kind of cut off from the world, and he's kind of broody, and so yeah, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't have a good enough handle on that guy. So yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving right along.
Daniverse, ever had the feeling of eating too much? I already asked that one.
Yes.
What's your opinion on music in videos? On using music in videos?
What's your opinion on music being used in music videos? I think you need it. I really do. Music in YouTube videos. Do you mean? Well, it depends on the kind of video we're talking about. I'm gonna assume he means in like videos where people are talking, reviewing something, background. It's not as intrusive to me as it is to some people. I have dabbled in it myself, and usually there's enough people that go, "Yeah, Cap, don't do that," that I end up not continuing with it. Although again, these days I pretty much just stream. But when I was doing more pre-recorded stuff, I was just trying to kind of up my production value, and people would be like, "Yeah, that's intrusive." And I think maybe the right answer for me is if it's a long form, no music, or if it's like real produced, like a Red Letter Media video or something, and there's music occasionally, or we keep kind of changing the sound for different things that are happening, where it's more of a production, like that makes sense. But like real quiet in the background where you almost can't even tell that it's there. That's how those guys do it. If it's like a 7 or 8 minute news video or something, I get why people use music. I don't think they have to have it, but especially if it's just like an hour podcast where just guys talking, don't do that.
Yeah, I would definitely not do that.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Right.
Good question though.
Daniverse, again, you guys ever
Thanks, man.
consider doing a proper podcast?
A proper podcast.
I don't know if he means me and you specifically. He just says you guys ever consider doing a proper podcast.
Yeah, so I kick it around all the time. And the big thing, and so when you say proper podcast, the big thing that I think about doing a lot is take the Captain Logan show, be a lot more conscious of the people that are just listening and not paying attention to us visually, and put it on actual podcast feeds. And doing that with some of our other programming as well. And I was doing that for a while with Superhero Rewind. And I actually got caught up, or I mostly got caught up, I think, with the unscripted show, and I was going to start putting the new commentaries on the podcast feed on Spotify. And I had a huge technical issue with that, and I haven't had time to go back and fix it and get back into that. But yeah, so I guess the short answer is not an extra show, but just taking what we're doing, which is already very podcasty, and getting it on other platforms.
Yeah, I feel like we would have to do something besides Skype to get my audio to sound better, because my audio sounds so bad coming through Skype, and
I think so too.
Sound terrible on a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm looking into Riverside myself, and I think StreamYard. There's a couple other remote podcasting servers, because I'm thinking about starting a podcast on my channel. I talked to Cap about this a long time ago. Haven't done it since, but I am thinking recently, this last couple weeks, I've been thinking about getting it going again, where I interview other collectors about their.
Oh, were you finally thinking about doing that? I was
thinking about getting that going.
The other day, I almost sent you a message about that and asked you if you were still thinking about doing that, because I was so excited about that, and we even had a day plan. We were going to do it, and I was going to be your first guest. I don't have to be, but that was very exciting. I still want to do that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting Riverside and testing it out and see how the sound, because that's supposed to take the sound directly from your computer, like sends a link to them, and it records both sides as separate tracks, so I can edit it like a video, and it's really cool. So I'm thinking
Let me know how your experiments with that go.
Yeah. Because
StreamYard.
I had the same thing. I didn't want to use Skype and have Connor or your sound coming through and be all muffled and everything.
I watch a YouTube channel that does interviews regularly with StreamYard, and I cannot hear the difference between Skype and that. I feel like it's the same kind of thing.
Oh, wow. All right, well, yeah, I'll let you know. I'm going to hopefully get cracking on that pretty soon, because I've been thinking about it. Code Anime Fan, how would you act if DJ and Connor wanted your movie collection? I'm just going to gang up on him and steal his collection.
I'd say no, you can't have that.
I think Connor and I have all of the superhero movies that we want to own. I
was going to say, even if one of those guys offered me like an obscene amount of money for it, which they wouldn't. I've got a few things that are worth a little bit, but nothing huge. But yeah, I wouldn't. I think the most valuable thing in my collection is probably worth $80 or $100. Well, that's not true. But as far as like singular movies, I don't have anything worth more than $60. When you get into the box sets, it's a little bit different. But anyway, sorry, that was not the question. I mean, I use it for work. I've collected it forever. Like I wouldn't give it up, I don't think. If that's the question.
Daniverse, what if you only had a week to live? How would you spend it?
Wow. I feel like years ago Vince and I did a GNN on that, but I don't remember what I said back then, and I'm probably very different than I was then. You know what I'm going to say, right? I would get so many tattoos.
For some reason, my mind went to see how many times you could watch
89?
How many commentaries you could make before you live.
I could do both. There's no reason I couldn't do both. I would get like a really intricate, complex 89 tattoo on my back while doing a commentary on 89. That's what I would do.
That's what you should do. You should get a tattoo on camera.
I've been thinking about it, actually. I haven't asked Elmo yet about this, but I was considering seeing if he'd let me live stream the Ninja Turtle tattoo when we do that. I'm going to try to do that this summer. I've talked about this before, but for folks that haven't heard me mention this, I've got this wonderful tattoo artist. He does all my tattoos. I've only got my first couple I didn't get done by him, but all the more complex, colorful ones and stuff he's done for me. And we had him on the show last year. Around this time, it's been about a year now. And Elmo is going to design a. He's a color guy, but I'm gonna have him do this in black and white. He's gonna design a Mirage type style Ninja Turtle tattoo and put it on my leg, and I'm not going to look at it until he's put it on my leg. So I'm not even going to see what the design is until he's done it, because I trust him, and I think it would be really fun to do that. And so I want to do if he'll let me, I want to do a live stream and talk to you guys while he's doing that, and then we'll all see it together. I think that would be super, super cool.
Wow. Another super chat just came in from Utale. Would you rather end up like the Spot in Across the Spider-Verse with white skin, no face, and black holes, or Darren Cross in Ant-Man 3 in being a giant head?
No, I would absolutely be the Spot before I would be freaking MODOK, especially if I was so horribly rendered in CG with everything else. Like I wouldn't want to exist but not look like I was part of the world I was part of. No, I wouldn't want to be a giant head with tiny arms. I would much prefer to be a T-Rex with the tiny arms. But yeah, the Spot has a cool power. He just doesn't really know how to control it in that. And I mean, so you'd hope that eventually you could get better at that. And like, yeah, it would suck if your whole family turned on you and wouldn't accept you. I want to think that wouldn't happen to me. I feel like his family was probably kind of superficial. You know, it's kind of like the Thing's wife in Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So I would want to be the first iteration of him, not when he has that really weird, like, merging with Miles Morales thing that's happening later in the movie, whatever that is. Sorry, spoilers. Spoilers for that. There's, like, a second, much creepier iteration of him that happens, and I wouldn't want to be that, but... Anyway. That's easy. That was an easy question. I still too long to answer it. Go ahead.
Remix 36720 $199. Most underrated and overrated movie in your opinion. And I'm going to count this as 2.
Wow. Off the top of my head, most overrated, I'll say Avatar. I mean, I saw it one time and I just really didn't like it, and I do not understand why that continues to perform the way it's performing, that franchise. I don't get it. I'll never understand that. It's whatever. Apparently I'm not cool enough to appreciate that movie because as preachy and obvious as it is, if you can't see it in 3D, you haven't actually seen it. So yeah, that seems very overrated to me. Underrated movies. These like really broad, anything you can think of kind of questions slow me down. Hang on. What is that? I can never think of the name. What is that great sci-fi movie that you showed me when I was there?
I showed you when you were here.
Yeah, with the
Arrival.
Arrival.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's maybe in there. I don't hear enough people talk about that.
Yeah, it's really great. It's the top 100 for me for sure.
That's I'm gonna go with that for right now. Okay, moving right along.
All right. You're wrong, Connor. Code Anime Fan, since it's Pride Month, I'm curious to know who
Captain Invincible for superhero things.
Yeah, it's definitely underrated.
It's definitely the most underrated superhero movie.
Let me see. Since it's Pride Month, I'm curious to know who are your favorite LGBT plus characters?
The first person that comes to mind is Willow from Buffy. Who else? We got to move on. There's one. There's an answer. Keep going.
We'll count it. even though he said characters.
I know. Oh God, I got to think of other things. My mind's blanking.
Yeah, I can't help you. Mine's blanking too.
Yeah, the problem is
we're not built for speed.
We're really not. Yeah. Which is ironic because if we get to 150, I'm gonna review race car movies.
You should throw the Aaron Paul Need for Speed movie in there. That's why we talked about Spider-Man for 3 hours, because we're not very quick.
Yeah, my thing is, for me, like sexual preference or what's the word? Not orientation is not a character trait. So like it's not the first thing I think of about characters. And like, you know, physical traits, like, you know, what's your favorite, like, you know, black character or muscular character or, you know, character that's a dinosaur. Like that's easier to come up with. It's like now I gotta think characters that are gay, bisexual, whatever. Like I'm going through my brain going, they're not coming to me.
Yeah, well, AMC says gotta be Sarah Lance.
Oh,
AMC
yes, of course.
Comics.
Yeah, no, she's there. We got two.
There you go.
No, she's way. And I should have thought of her because she's bisexual originally, and then they just forget about that, and she only sleeps with chicks when she comes back from the dead. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what it is about going to the grave and dying that made her come back and be like, you know what? I don't like men anymore.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened with Sarah Lance.
Code Anime Fan, which of the Teen Titans shows is your favorite?
I guess I have to default to the original, but I don't know them. Like, I've seen an episode or two of that. But, like, Teen Titans Go, I don't like. I have tolerated it a few times, and I've enjoyed a couple of bits in it here and there, and the movie's better than it has any right to be, but I still don't love it. And the Titans live-action show, I saw the pilot, and I thought it was dreadful. And I've never watched any more of that show. So, that's not true. I think I finally tried to watch the second episode, and I also still hated it. But anyway, that was a lot later, and I was like, nope, this is still kind of crappy.
We just got a terrible super chat. From
Someday
Utah.
I'll do a super chat gold and do an overview for some of that. Go ahead.
We just got a terrible super chat from Utah. Sorry about this, but he says for 14 VAR, favorite Into the SpiderVerse commentary, the one with Dan or the one with DJ?
Oh no.
It's okay. I'll fall on the sword because Dan's not here.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, forgive me for this, DJ, but like obviously he and I are more comic guys than you, so he knows his Spider-Man more than you do.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't remember exactly what any of us said on those commentaries. Like, I remember them both going really well. The second commentary is always more difficult because you try not to repeat yourself, but you don't remember what you said last time, so you're bound to. My preparation for commentaries is never go back and watch the last one I did. So, I don't want to cop out. I guess I'll say the one with Dan, just because he's always been, you know, my Spider-Man expert guy, and he and I have a really good rhythm with that stuff. But DJ and I also have a good rhythm. It's just different. So, I don't know. Gun to my head, I'll pick Dan because I know DJ won't quit or anything.
Yeah. Well, you'll see. You'll all see.
Although, I do have to say, the spoiler cast that we did last week was a lot of fun, and you guys were both wonderful on that, and I got to talk to both Dan and DJ about that movie, and if we could coordinate it where all three of us were on the commentary for the second one, that would be really good. And Austin won't watch those because he says that they give him a headache. He can't look at that animation style. And so when I get to the rewind commentary for that movie, and obviously the third one when that comes out, I'm not going to have Austin anyway. So I will definitely invite both of you guys. And whichever one of you shows, or if you both show, we'll just all do it.
Sweet. Deal. You have a deal, sir.
Sweet.
Code Anime Fan, do you plan on giving the Netflix She-Ra reboot a chance? In my personal opinion, it's the best superhero cartoon in recent years.
I just don't have any interest in that property, honestly. Like, I'm not a HeMan guy. I've just never really cared about that. I watched the pilot for the 2000s reboot update thing during a 24-hour stream a couple years ago with Eric, and I liked it, but, like, I didn't feel compelled to keep watching it. And I've heard mixed things about that She-Ra show anyway. But yeah, that would have to be a request thing. That's just I'm not a fantasy guy. It's just not my thing. So I would not think to just put that on and watch it. Apologies, man. We've all got our preferences. Go ahead.
Yeah. Code Anime Fan, do you think that Joel Schumacher's Batman films would have worked better if they brought back Adam West and Burt Ward as the dynamic duo and Frank Gorshin as the Riddler?
No.
Geriatric Batman.
No, I don't. That would not have been the way to do that. And you would have gone to more of a 60s Batman place, like even more than Forever did if you did it that way. The only thing that I ever wanted to see Adam West do was come back and do a different iteration of Batman, and do an adaptation of Dark Knight Returns, but it's Adam West playing it again, and it wouldn't be. And this is one of the only exceptions to my rule, because I don't like seeing actors play different versions usually of a character, but that would have been really cool and really great for West, because he was so typecast for so long. Like, to see him get the really dark, hard-edged Batman is like completely against type, so he gets typecast as Batman, but he's playing a completely different version, and where he could prove to everybody just how great of an actor he is and how serious he could be, would have been absolutely wonderful. And that's what I would have wanted to see done with that. Now, Schumacher could have directed that, but that's not what they probably would have wanted him to do. Then again, they wouldn't have brought Adam West back anyway, so that part of it is kind of a moot point, because he wanted to make Year One, and Adam West obviously would not have been the thing to do for that, because you need a young Batman for Year One. And even Kilmer would have been arguably a little bit too old for a Year One Batman, even in '96, I think, or '95, pardon me. Okay, guys, we are just a few minutes before the break, so we're going to tackle one more question, maybe a couple more if they're fast. That's the whole idea. I don't know how well we're doing with that. And then I will come back after just 3.5, 4 minutes, and we will do a part 2 and see if we can drum up any more super chats and try to get us to a hefty $150 goal tonight, so that I will watch and talk about all of the Fast and the Furious movies, of which I have never seen any of them. Go ahead, DJ.
Bob Garland.
Hi.
There's a new Star Trek game set a little after the TNG era for the PS4.
Is.
Any interest in playing it or doing a live stream playing it?
I'm 3 hours in.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm playing it on PC, and I'm really enjoying it. It is, I talked about this actually on a stream last week, but it is in the Telltale style. And there's not quite as much to do, interactive-wise, compared to the Telltale games. It's really my only complaint with it so far, but I really like the storytelling and the characterizations and how like complex and interesting the characters are so far. It's a little bit slow going. It's a little, honestly, the first hour I think is a little bit dull. It's a little boring, but it's starting to pick up, and it does make up for that with how authentic it is to both that period and just its understanding of that world, and it's really refreshing after New Trek. It feels like it was made back in the early 2000s PC era of Star Trek gaming, only better than anything they were doing back then, I think. And somebody just put it in a drawer. Like, it feels like it was 20 years later. It's like the people making that game were not affected whatsoever by the passage of time and, like what's happened in the culture and that kind of thing. And it doesn't feel horribly dated or anything either. It's just very idea-driven, very character-driven. It's about ethical conundrums. You have a lot of really difficult choices you have to make. I'm going to be really interested in playing it 2 or 3 times and trying out different sets of decisions. There's you play as 2 totally different characters, and that serve on the same ship but hardly ever cross paths, which is kind of cool. So you play as a guy who is a lower decks kind of character, not like the cartoon show, but he's in the lower decks. He is an enlisted crewman, and then you play as the second in command on the ship, who is a woman of a new species that they made up for this, which seems like a pretty interesting race. I won't go into it now. I might review it when I'm finished with it. And anyway, I like that the kind of contrast between playing as like a lowly crew member that isn't in command at all, and the second highest ranking character on the ship, and they both have very different sets of relationships that they're dealing with. The guy has a really solid so far romance plot if you decide to take it that way. There's a woman that's interested in you and that's been your friend for a long time, but reveals that she likes you, amorously, and you have the option to say, I just want to be friends, or to start dating her, and it's cool, and it's very Star Trek. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far.
We should have a no Star Trek rule on these rapid fire shows.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's really difficult not to go into review mode. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna try to make up for that as soon as I return. Throw in the super chats if you're so inclined, or regular questions in the comments. Anything you want to do, but participate with us if you're so inclined, guys. And we will see you again in just 3.5 minutes.
Gotta go refill the glass.
Oh, I may come back with one.
I wanna take you for a ride.
Oh, sorry, that was the wrong that was the wrong thing. There it is. And we're back for the second part of the Captain Logan show. I'm not saying second half because we may go even a little bit longer tonight than we usually do. We've got After Dark at 10 o'clock Central Time, and DJ says since he's gotten used to my time zone, he's got a little bit of extra time tonight potentially, and we might ride this out longer to try to get to the crazy hefty $150 goal, because that's how much money I want to make me watch the Fast and the Furious movies this year and do an overview, hour or two discussion on that. I say discussion, overview. Just tell you what I think of the whole franchise when I finally. I haven't seen any of those, so 10 movies I'll have to watch. Are there like spin-offs of that in the same universe, or is that all?
Yeah, there's 11 because there's Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, okay, so I have to watch that too.
Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
No, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. Well, hey, you got some whiskey.
I do.
So I pulled out my Jim Beam Orange, which I don't love, but I've still got this much of this bottle left, so I got to drink this at some point. I had Vince over like a year ago, and he was like, "This is delicious," and I was like, "This is terrible," but he loved it.
Yeah, my favorite is Old Forester. I recommend Old Forester. Very good.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of different batches, but I like the original batch from like 1939 or something. This is actually the Prohibition batch that he has here. That is, the one I like is a 90 proof. This one's 115 proof. This is actually pretty strong.
Okay, I'm stupid. Are you saying that the recipe goes back that far, or that it's actually that old?
Just a recipe.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, I'm drinking 90-year-old whiskey. I'm like, that's amazing.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't.
How is that?
I think I would just die.
Okay, I'm gonna try a. I'm gonna drink some. I say try. I've had this. It's terrible. But anyway, here we go.
Oh, he's taking shots. I'm just a sipper. I like to sip.
I like to sip whiskey.
I like,
especially if I don't like the taste of it.
All right.
Just get it down. Thomas Lowe says, let's just write a blank check for Cap if he loves money so much. Well, he's joking.
If he's going to suffer through 11 of those films, he's got to,
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm just doing the streaming thing, coming up with interesting, fun goals. If you want to get me there, you can get me there. And if you don't, I appreciate you just watching and hanging out with us. Trying to make this kind of, well, I don't need to explain myself. It's cool. If you don't want to get there, you don't have to get there. It's totally cool. But I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate your support in any way, even just hanging out. It's wonderful. I love doing the show with you guys. So, let's go ahead and get to Patreon questions.
Sure, let's do that.
Do you have them? We've got 4.
Yes, sir.
And we'll do at least a couple of them tonight. Go ahead, DJ.
Unknown Passenger, what song do you think should have been a Bond title theme? For me, it would be Lady Grinning Soul by David Bowie. Please listen to this. It's wonderful.
Okay, cool. I did not do that ahead of time, but I will try to listen to that at some point. I have not listened to enough Bowie, but every time I do, I'm like, it's really good, so...
Yeah.
So that is tough because Bond songs traditionally are written for the movies, and the Bond songs that I typically like the most are written with the theme and the motifs of those movies in mind. Having said that, if I had to pick one that I thought would actually, that exists already, it would really depend on what the story of the movie was, but the first thing that comes to mind is Sky is Over by Serge Tankian.
I thought you were going to say Dare to Be Stupid by Weird Al.
Sure. Yeah. No, I've got too close of an association with that with Transformers 1986.
I know. It's so weird that it's in there.
Right? All right, moving right along. But yeah, check that song out if you've never heard that. I could see that as kind of maybe being a Bond song.
Cool. Bill Mills.
Hi. Oh, wait. This is Patreon, right?
Yeah, it's Patreon.
Okay.
Don't get overzealous.
I'll smack things with mallets later. Go ahead.
If you could have an exclusive contracted comic writer from each of the big two write for the other company, who would you choose for both sides? For me, it would be Hickman writing Superman and Scott Snyder writing X-Men.
Okay, so I'm just not keeping up right now, is the thing, and so like I don't even know who's at what companies now right now, except for like some of the major staples that have been there a long time, and kind of B and C list writers that have been kind of touted up as the new A list that are I don't think are great enough to be considered that, which is I don't want to say the reason I'm not there anymore, but it's I don't know, it's kind of sad. But let me think for a second. So I guess I gotta say like Jason Aaron going over to DC for something, but I don't know what. Aaron is real versatile. Like I'm sure he'd be really good on. I mean he'd be a really good Batman writer. He'd probably take us back. Well, I was gonna say he'd take us back more street level, but he really likes doing big mythological stuff too. So I actually don't know what direction Jason Aaron would take Batman. But I like his singular character stuff better than his team books. I haven't read a ton of it, but I'm not a huge fan of his, Wolverine and the X-Men. Like, I much prefer him on solo titles. But I could see him doing really anybody in the Bat family, a Batman, a Nightwing, something like that could be cool. And then somebody I'm sorry, I forgot it's a rapid fire show. I gotta go faster. Somebody that's at I don't know who's at DC currently. I guess I'll take Tinian. And I'll put Tinian on Fantastic Four. Why not? I don't even know if it would be good. But it'd be interesting to see, I guess. Okay, moving right along.
All right. Jerry.
Yeah.
Did you guys know they recently started a crossover comic series between the TMNT and Street Fighter? Of course they did, because Street Fighter crossed over everything. Wild. Also,
but not in comics. Like, it's been in comics a little bit, but it's more like Ninja Turtles is crossing over with everything, no matter what medium it's in right now, especially action figures. But I'm sure that comes from the weird action figure crossovers they were doing.
Yeah, I saw the strangest 5-film movie pack at Target. Have you seen this Ninja Turtles one at Target? It's the 3 live action films, it's TMNT, and then it's Turtles versus Batman.
Oh.
That's the 5-pack.
That's strange.
So weird.
But I mean, that's cool because that movie's good. So I mean, they at least put, 2 good animated movies in with it.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's like one of these things is not like the others because here's
full 2, yeah. I mean, you already got the animated one in there, which is already.
What's strange about it is they're 4 theatrical films, and then we need a 5th one. What's the 5th one gonna be?
Yeah,
like it could have been Turtles 2014. Not that that's good, but like, why didn't you go to another theatrical? You haven't done all the theatrical Turtles films. Well, but then that's Paramount. I don't know if they're even under the same right, but they should be because it's Nickelodeon. I don't know what the distribution is like. Anyway. That's probably a distribution thing. They're probably like, well, it was going to be either this or the little kid movie Half Shell Heroes. So I guess we're going to go with Batman Ninja Turtles. What was the actual question? I had not heard about that Street Fighter thing until he asked about it.
He just said that, and he said wild, and he said also the new turtle, Jenica, I guess, is in this story.
Yeah, I mean, not surprising because they've been touting her up ever since she became a turtle. And I've not been reading since the first, 8 or 9 issues past Tom Waltz leaving because it just got real. It got real slow. It got Bendis level decompressed, and I wasn't interested in the status quo and the kind of tenement living that the Turtles were doing with a whole bunch of mutates. They have their own part of the city that they're living in now, and it was kind of spinning its wheels and not going anywhere, and I couldn't get excited about it. And Jenica's fine, but it just kind of became her book. I felt like too much, and I couldn't get into it.
Not my Venus.
Well, I think they finally brought her in too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it seems like they had very much I don't know, so, sorry if this is an off-putting position for folks, but it seemed like they had kind of a diversity push with that, where it's we can't just have a bunch of male turtles. Here's Jenica. Oh, what else are we gonna do? I mean, we got Venus laying around. Guess we'll finally do that. It was inevitable, and I always wanted to see. don't get me wrong, I kind of always wanted Venus in that book because they took a lot of not great stuff or really weird, silly stuff from 87 and other Turtles things and made them serious and did really exciting, inventive things with it. But they'd already had their female turtle. They already did that with Jennica. So now it just feels like, and I'm not saying they can only have one. I'm saying, why didn't you just make that Venus in the first place? Why did it have to be Jennica? Because she was a cool enough character in her own right. She didn't need to turn into a turtle. Oh, I forgot. It's rapid fire. Sorry, Butelli. Okay.
Oh.
All right, go on.
All right,
I'm qualifying everything again. I got to quit doing that. All right, go ahead.
last Patreon, and we'll get back to a couple super chats.
All right, thanks,
in.
man.
Elliot Slater, have you heard about Marvel retiring the Punisher, possibly for good? If so, what are your thoughts on this?
So I looked into that for like a couple of minutes of cursory research after I saw this question, and it seems like just kind of standard comic stuff. Like, he's not going to stay retired, I wouldn't think, unless they decide to make a real big publicity thing out of it, where it's like, Punisher is too controversial now, so we got to make sure that Frank Castle never becomes the Punisher again. Like, they've been kind of messing around with different things with Frank Castle, with, like, the whole Space Punisher thing wasn't even him, was it? Or was it? No, yeah, the Space Ghost Rider thing was Frank Castle, wasn't it? But then I guess he came back and he was Punisher, and then he ran the Hand, and I guess the idea, spoilers for that if anybody cares, I read up on this, and I guess the idea is he's decided to forego being the Punisher now because his wife came back to life. And so that's changed his whole perspective on everything, and now he is like helping out some kids somewhere, and he's helping children now, and like that's not gonna last. It's comics, so I don't know. I don't have an opinion. I don't have a dog in that. Like that'll probably last 6 months or a year, and then they'll I don't know, kill her off again and do another Punisher origin, or that is just ripe to make a big deal event out of, like the Punisher Returns or Resurrection of the Punisher or whatever. They're kind of treating it like a death, even though the character is still alive. The death of the Punisher, but like Frank Castle's still alive. That whole thing. So
yeah, comic books. We got a couple super chats coming in from GG.
Ray Davis says, I don't have the need for speed. He says, I have the flow for slow. Okay, you know what? Let's go. Let's get a move on here.
$9.99 super chat. Sorry to
oh my
burst
goodness.
your bubble.
No, thanks so much. No, I'm still going to do it fast. We got to go. I'm going to be like Sonic. Whoa. Got to go fast.
He says, Talkville is modeled after your Counting Crypto Freaks format.
No, it's not. Thanks for that, but no, it's not.
They even call Al Goff to answer unexplained questions, just like questions to ask Jarrell when I get to heaven.
Yeah, that's true, but it's mostly just, like, how did this episode turn out as bad as it is, and things like that. It's like, sometimes it's logic questions, but no, I've been listening to that. I'm caught up. And it's weird because we're finally going to do season 3 next week, and they are about to do the last episode of season 2. So like they're actually almost caught up to us, which is kind of crazy. But no, they definitely don't know my show. And some of the stuff that they do that is similar to things I've done in the past is just really natural to do that show. Like I heard from some folks when they started with like, Cap, you're not gonna believe this, they ripped you off. They're counting things. I'm like, yeah, so was Krypton Sight back in the day. Like anything that's that's really formulaic and does the same thing all the time, it's really fun to count. So of course they're doing that. But yeah, I like that show. Sometimes it's weird the things that Rosenbaum's really showing his hand with just how much he doesn't know about like Superman lore and comics and stuff. And I don't mean to be a prude about it. He doesn't have to, but it's kind of weird just by osmosis, some of the things that he's not aware of. Like he didn't know that Terrence Stamp was General Zod. He thought Terrence Stamp voiced Jor-El. I thought that was weird. And then he went on this whole rant in his last episode about how if somebody calls Lex Luthor, it pronounces it Luthor, he won't watch your movie. I'm like, you have a Superman 78 poster right across from you, and Otis says Luthor the whole movie. What are you talking about?
Maybe he doesn't like the movie.
But he's a lot of fun. Why does he have the poster? Anyway, moving right along. Oh, okay.
All right. One last super chat from Ryder. How long does it take to heal a heartbreak?
Well, it's a depends question, really.
That is, the ultimate depends question. Depends on what happened, who it was, who you are.
Yeah,
A lot of variables.
Nobody can know how much healing you've done besides you, and even you might not fully know. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a death, you know? I mean, there is mourning that you do, and in some ways, maybe you never recover completely. But that's also character building stuff, you know? Those are very often situations or events that we need to happen in our lives to make us who we are, as much as it sucks. Anyway, which Spider-Man voice actor would you have on the channel? Oh,
that's Mutale, 14 South African Rand.
What Spider-Man voice actor? Like, just for an interview, or to like do voiceover work for the channel?
I think he meant for an interview.
What Spider-Man voice actor would you have come in and be the announcer for the Captain Logan show? I kind of miss having an announcer that's like. Remember when back in the day when Tim Lyons did the comic late night announcing voice?
That was the best.
I've considered trying to get somebody to do that again, but like, you know, I really missed him, and it feels weird to replace him. But
yeah,
for folks that don't know, my buddy Tim Lyons passed away in 2017, and it's like we weren't doing the announcer thing right then either. But like I've thought about it since then, and I'm like, I don't know who I'd get though. But yeah, for an interview, why are we constantly talking about voice actors with Spider-Man? Have you noticed this? Like the last couple weeks, it's just a ton of like Spider-Man voice actor questions, and my answers have not been. I guess
because he hasn't had a bad one. He's got a bunch of good ones.
Oh, is that why people keep going to that?
I don't know. He's got a lot of good ones.
Maybe so. How do you not say Nick Cage? Right?
Yeah, that counts. Yeah.
How do you not say that? But yeah, probably the guy from the 90s show, just because he did some other things too that would be interesting to talk about. And that's kind of the voice in my head. Like, that's still sort of my Spider-Man voice. I know I've talked about that a lot. But like, if you got him, you could talk about Aladdin. Because I'm pretty sure he's Aladdin.
Oh, wow.
Am I right about that?
I got to go Rhino Romano because he's just my Spider-Man.
Somebody tell me if I'm wrong about that. Not Drake Bell. Drake Bell, actually, okay, we have had a couple of not great ones, but we don't tend to pay any attention to the stuff under Jeff Loeb's tenure.
We didn't mention this on the spoiler cast, but yeah, I think that's part of another reason why the movie is so great is because all the voice acting is so good. I think the guy who does Miles is really, really good, and I don't know who that is, but it's really, really good. Let me see. We got a super chat from Mutale. In your view, what is it about horror directors that make them great directors for comic book movies? Like with Gunn, Raimi, Donner, and Del Toro.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was reading questions. I got half of that. Can you ask it one more time?
What is it about, in your opinion, what is it about horror directors?
Oh, horror directors
make them great comic book movie directors.
Their interest in storyboarding. I think has a lot to do with it. Like those are guys that tend to do a lot of storyboarding, and there's such a correlation between the way a comic book is put together and the way a good like visual stylized film has to be put together, because there's so much like pre-planning and that has to be done. You have to have a vision to do like the kind of work that those guys tend to. And also, a lot of horror directors seem to come from a comic place in the first place, whether they like superhero stuff or not. Where like it'll start with pulp comics, or maybe it does start with the superhero comics. So like I think a lot of those guys are just interested in comic books in the first place.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I think. Oh, okay, it's not. He was not Aladdin. I don't know why I thought that.
He voices Prince Eric. Somebody said.
Prince Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that? In what? What are we talking about?
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. Okay, there you go. I always forget what that guy's name is.
I don't know if that's...
Little Mermaid is a movie that I saw a bunch when I was a kid, and then I didn't see it for like 20, 25 years. And I always think of myself as a fan of that. And then recently I went back and watched part of that again with my kids, and I was like, I don't know this movie. I know certain musical numbers, but overall, like, I didn't remember I think I brought this up again, or I brought this up the other day for some reason. But like the opening, what are you laughing at?
Just the way you said, I don't know, this movie just really got me. It was hilarious.
the opening musical number on the sailing ship, I didn't remember that at all.
I've only seen that movie once as an adult, and I didn't really like it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm totally out of the loop on that one.
DJ's just not going to be part of that world. Moving right along.
Let me see. Let's go back. We finished. We're caught up on the Super Chats, caught up on the Patreon.
Oh, I don't get to bang things. I'm going to have another shot, though, I think.
Good,
I'm not going to get, like, good and drunk on this show. I've got to do an After Dark later. But it'll be good to be a little liquored up for After Dark.
Yeah, but you've got to be somewhat competent on this part.
Do I, though? Let's do an experiment. Let's see how true that is. All right, go ahead. Oh, hey, sorry. Before you say that, because I'm seeing some new folks popping in. We're doing a Super Chat goal tonight, guys. We are an hour and a half into the show. We may go longer than 2 hours tonight. We're going for a pretty hefty goal, and we're not super close to it yet. But I'm still going to see if we can get there. $150 is the Super Chat goal for this evening, and I am, if we hit that, going to watch all of the Fast and the Furious movies, all 11 of them. I've never seen one of them, and do an overview review of those sometime this year. Okay, go ahead, DJ.
Code Anime Fan, do you like Blue's Clues?
Oh my god, I gotta tell you guys something about Blue's Clues. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see that growing up. I guess that was a little bit past my time, wasn't it? I would have been a teenager when that started, but my kids love it. I was showing that to Jason when he was real little, so yeah, I've got a soft spot for Blue's Clues. I think Steve especially was a really good host, and was going back to some Mr. Rogers stuff, which I always really appreciate. But anyway, it's a good, cute, educational show for kids. There is this guy on YouTube that does nothing but Blue's Clues videos. They're like 45 seconds to a minute long. He's probably in his like early mid-20s, this guy. And he just does the like drawing a clue in the notebook segment. And he's like standing in what looks like a closet, except for the few that are on location.
Oh.
And what he'll do is he'll just take his handy dandy notebook, and he'll draw whatever he's put up behind him, and it'll be like cartoon characters and like logos for restaurants and stuff like that. But Jason and I can't stop watching him. Because, first of all, I don't understand why he's doing this. He's only been around for like 4 months. He does one every day, sometimes 2 a day. And it's just like he's been doing like the planets. He's like, here's how you draw the planet Mercury. We gotta draw that in our handy dandy notebook. And I can't decide if it's a joke or not. But it seems like it, and the joke is he'll just go, here's a circle, a couple of dots. Mercury, and like that's the video, and he always opens them by just saying like where he's been today, and I don't know if there's any truth in it, but he'll be like, yeah, I just got back from McDonald's. I really like McDonald's, they're very tasty. Oh, a clue. But he's not charismatic the way I'm putting him. I'm not saying he's not charismatic, but he's very dry. He doesn't really smile, and he sounds, if you imagine kids on the other side, because sorry, we're trying to rapid fire, but I gotta tell you guys this because it's crazy. I've been wanting to talk about this on the channel. I will find his name for you so you guys can look him up. But he'll be like, he puts in all the like sound effects and music and stuff from the show, and so he'll have the kids in the background from the show that are like a clue, and he'll go, you see a clue. And he sounds like he's yelling at children, DJ. He'll just look at the camera. This is what he does. He goes, where is it? A clue. Where is it? And then he'll look and he'll go, oh, it's this random Rugrats character. We got to, you know what we need?
What?
You know what we need? Our handy dandy, and then the kids say notebook, and he goes, does it this way every time, DJ. He just goes, notebook, right. Like that. Notebook, right. And he draws it in his notebook. And he's just so deadpan. It's wonderful.
Wow. So you're not a fan of Blue's Clues, but you're a fan of Blue's Clues.
I can't stop watching him.
Wow. That's quite the story. I'm glad we got to talk about that tonight.
I'm gonna find him. Sorry guys. I'm trying to find this guy.
Searching YouTube music.
Yeah.
Should have played Take Me for a Ride while we did this.
That would only give me 24 seconds. Oh, there he is. Yeah, his name is John Kim.
John Kim. I knew it.
How? How did you know that? That's amazing.
I mean, Blue's Clues, John Kim. I mean, what do you...
Oh, okay. He has 484 subscribers. He's made 158 of these.
Wow. He's crushing me. I'm coming up on my 100th video pretty soon.
Yeah, sorry about the blank screen, guys. Give me a second. I'm gonna set this up so I can show this to you guys.
John Kim has taken over.
Here he is.
Here's
John Kim.
He's so great. We're sacrificing the rapid fire show.
Yeah, we really are. But I've been wanting to show you guys this because it's crazy. Here's how to draw coins.
Coins?
Yeah, coins. Here he goes. Oh, hold on. I gotta turn my sound on. Okay, sorry guys. I'm totally gonna get flagged for this.
Just went to the Cheesecake Factory.
His legal team's gonna come after you.
Yeah, I tried their smokehouse burger. It was really delicious. Oh, a clue. Where is it? There it is.
Where is it?
The clue is coins from the Super Mario Bros. Series. You know what we need? Our
Notebook.
notebook, right?
Notebook, right.
So, coins. We can start by drawing circles.
You gotta draw your circles.
A line.
Put a line in the middle. There, you got your coins. There you go.
Brilliant. That's amazing.
I can't stop watching him.
He's editing them with sound effects, and he gets one out every single day.
He gets them out every day.
What a beast. That's amazing.
I love it so much. Okay, sorry, rapid fire. Let's go.
All right, Code Anime Fan, as DJ's bourbon.
Oh, we need more questions, guys. Code Anime Fan is taking over the show. Come on. Come on, guys.
Will you ever do a commentary stream on Avatar: The Last Airbender?
No. Probably not. If somebody does a request for that, I'll watch some of it. But I have looked at, like, I don't know, a couple episodes here and there, and people are constantly touting that up, and it is not my thing. Like, I just cannot get into that. Sorry to burst anybody's bubble. I know people are obsessed with that show. I don't get it. It's not my thing.
Cinematographic. Here we go. New name. It involves... I don't know what he's talking about. That must have been a reference to something else.
Oh, no.
Never mind. It wasn't a question. It was just a statement.
Was it a super chat?
No.
I didn't think so, but I want to bang things.
All right. We'll put in super chats so Cap can bang things.
I just want to bang on me drum all day.
DNA. Imagine you had to choose one character to come to a permanent and irreversible death in the main DC line, either Superman or Batman. Who would you choose and why?
Oh, thanks for giving me a choice there.
Narrows it down a little bit.
Probably Batman, just because. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's interesting status quos you can do after that with either of them. I think Batman is an easier mantle to pass down. We've had, as much as I don't think of Batman as a mantle so much as a person, we've made a good argument for it with certain characters. So, like, you know, stuff has made me like Dick Grayson in a batsuit, and even like the future Damian in the batsuit stuff. The couple times we've done that has been pretty cool, even though I'm not a big Damian guy. And like with Superman, that's just not a mantle that that you want to pass down necessarily. And I just feel like it kind of feels like everything's over when Superman is dead. And Batman is mortal in the first place, and Superman, you know, arguably can live, if not forever, for like a really super long time. And we already, you know, we've been there and done that. I mean, we have sort of with Batman too, but he didn't actually die. And with Superman, it's like, you know, we explored the world without Superman. If you kill him again, you're going to explore all the same things, and then he just doesn't come back this time. So I guess Batman has to be my answer.
Cool. Well said.
Thanks.
Code Anime Fan, do you think that Nicolas Cage should play Egghead? Cage claims he has a good idea on how to adapt Egghead.
We've talked about this. I'm open to it. It would be cool to see 60s Batman villains done more seriously in the first place. So, like, yeah, I'm not against it. Hey, let's give people time to put in some more questions, because it sounds like we're kind of out right now.
Sure. You gonna take another shot while they ask questions?
No, I'm gonna watch one more of these Kim videos.
Okay. Somebody said he has half an Austin inflection.
Oh yeah, that's true. He kind of does. Okay, check this one out, guys. Check this. This is great.
Just cleaned out my attic.
A clue!
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. I had to take them all out.
No, a clue right there.
Oh, you see a clue? Where is it?
Where is it?
There it is. And our clue is a Big Mac. I love Big Macs. I love trying them from McDonald's.
Yeah, that's where you
know
get
what
them.
we need?
Yep.
Our handy dandy notebook, right. So, let's draw a Big Mac in our notebook.
Ooh, that's a
To
trick.
draw a Big Mac, let's
And I
start
don't
by
mean to make
drawing
fun
a
of this
half
guy
circle.
too much. I legitimately
for the
find this
bun.
entertaining.
Circles here for the
But I
center.
don't understand it. He's got his sesame seeds.
Lettuce. Tomato.
That is a quality
Cheese.
Big Mac drawing he's
That's a
doing.
huge tomato.
Patty.
Bigger than the patty.
Circle down here for the bun.
What?
So-
That's not a Big Mac. A Big Mac has two burgers and 3 buns.
That's true. That's true. He messed up the patty number.
Fake.
Gotta fix that. Fake.
No, that guy is great, and I love everything he's doing. and
But
I fully
Thomas
support it.
Lowe says less than 500 subs. Yeah, but he's amassed that in 4 months with Blue's Clues videos, and he's got one that's got like 19,000 views.
He's did better than us with Power Rangers for like a year.
We were not consistent with that.
He's giving caveats.
No, we could have made that work. We just didn't do enough. Maybe we couldn't have. I don't know. We weren't committed enough, DJ.
All right, everybody put in more questions. Put in more questions. We need more. I've got about a handful. I've got about 6 left. So put them in.
All right, what do we got?
Code Anime Fan, who is your favorite female character that isn't a superhero or a Star Trek character?
I'm gonna go with, just off the top of my head, Faith from Buffy. I'm in a Buffy place today for some reason. Tom Atkins says I should get Kim on the show.
That would be amazing.
I should get John Kim on the show. I should. Do you guys want to see John Kim on the show? I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna see.
I will find him.
I will find him. I'm gonna see if I can get him to draw like me or DJ or like the Captain Logan show logo. Because when he does words, it's the best. He'll be like, if he was doing Captain Logan show logo, he'd go, let's start by writing the letter C. And then there's an A, and then he'll write the whole thing and be like, Captain Logan show. And that's it. The only thing I will complain about with his videos is his earlier ones, he would, like Steve, say the name of the thing when he was done. He'd be like, a Big Mac. But now he doesn't do that. Now it just cuts off. So, like, he should say the thing again at the end to, like, really cap off the video.
He should.
Arnold Kim, if you're watching me constantly talking about you,
You should give him notes.
that's my criticism of your videos right now. I would change nothing else. And always make sure that your thing is in the same place so you're confused and wondering where it is, but it's always here.
That's the thing. Not only does he edit his videos, he also has a printed physical thing that he does in each one.
I mean, it's not hard.
It's hard to do that every single day.
You think?
Yes, you're going to print something out every single day? I challenge you.
Well, no, he's not putting it on his wall.
There was shadows on it. That wasn't added in post.
No, it's in post.
I don't believe you. Anyway,
It's in post. It's definitely in post.
well, he is a good. He's
You
a good
saw
editor.
shadows?
Yeah, it looked like he was hanging.
I don't believe you.
Well, we got to answer Mitale's
Hang on,
super
let's
chat.
see. Yeah, we'll do that in a second. Hold on.
This is more
Just woke up
important.
from my nap.
That is not on his wall.
Yeah, I know. I was really tired and I slept for a couple of hours.
No, a clue.
Oh, you see a clue.
Just coming up with one of
Where?
those every
Right
episode is
there.
hard enough. to
Yeah,
do.
well, he takes requests too, because Jason and I have both gotten him to do
There
stuff.
it is.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And it's Target.
Or at least Jason has. It's Target.
One of my favorite stores.
I like to shop there.
Go to. I like to shop there. You know what we need? Our handy dandy
No.
He's gonna draw. He's gonna draw Target, you guys.
notebook. Right.
He comes. He's gonna make a circle. Then he's gonna make another
So
circle
let's draw a target in our notebook.
in our notebook. Does he have to keep buying those
draw
notebooks?
a
Like how many
circle.
pages? Is
Seriously,
he in one?
he's probably got like 50 of them.
You can do a
And
better
dot in the
circle than
middle.
that.
There. Target.
That is not a target. What do you?
That's why I can't decide how much of a joke it is. Like he half-asses it as much as humanly possible.
That's not a target. You have one right behind you to look at.
Oh, I kind of love it.
That was Spot's face.
That's true. Yeah. Now, would I rather be the Spot or the Target logo? That's really
Or the target dog.
that's great. Anyway, we've got to find this guy.
Find him.
We got to get him on.
All right, Mutale super chat. Who would be a better choice to adapt edible states, Raimi or Gunn? Also, and then I'll ask another one.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know, first glance, I think Gunn would be a more interesting visual director for particularly the like, you know, food cannibal stuff. And I think the weirdness of that is more on the level of Gunn weirdness than Raimi weirdness, but I could kind of see both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'd go for Gunn first.
Go for the gun.
Yeah, because I think of Gunn as a little bit more quirky than Raimi. And I think of Raimi as more like, you know, body horror and that kind of thing.
All right. And then the second part of his, also apparently Illumination will do the Zelda movie. You happy about that?
Well, that's not surprising at all. No, not really. But we'll see what happens with it. I mean, hopefully they don't end up with too much of a house style or using their house style too much with those. And hopefully the more serious properties are allowed to be a little bit more serious. But no, I wish they were farming those out to different studios. So yeah, I'm not immediately excited about that. I also about that choice as much as surprised as I was that that Illumination, you know, handled the Mario movie as well as it did. Like I'm sure some people are thinking, but because Nintendo was micromanaging the way they were, or it was, depending on how you want to look at it, or it was a, you know, full-on 50-50 collaboration. If they do that with Zelda also, it might be really good. But like that reeled Illumination in, but the few things I didn't like about that movie were Illumination things. Like, I don't want a Zelda movie, and I don't really care that much about Zelda in the first place, but for that to be what it ought to be based on that material, it probably shouldn't have, I shouldn't say probably, it shouldn't go to the really obvious, like, popular music places. But I wish the Mario movie hadn't done that either, and I'm just afraid that humor will seep in and it will be much worse. But yeah, I don't want to see them do Metroid, but hopefully they, you know, prove us wrong with it.
Another super chat from Senior Sticks. Can you do an AI art Captain Logan show?
I have. Well, I haven't done a whole show with AI art, but we had a week where it came up. Do you remember this, DJ?
I remember, yeah, you did a couple examples.
We picked some random things, but yeah, I'm not against doing a whole show with that. That could be fun. Where we take questions and people ask for like ask us to mix things and see what it looks like. Although I mean you can do it on your own. Like you don't really need me to do that. I'm not sure what that show is actually. But it's just me coming up with random things. Yeah, now that I'm thinking, I don't know if there's a whole show in that, but I wouldn't mind doing it again as like a segment.
AI art segment.
Yeah. But no, we can totally do that again.
Code Anime Fan, are you aware that the upcoming Paw Patrol film will be a superhero film?
No, but that's unfortunate. But does that mean that they're doing
Isn't that basically a superhero show already?
It kind of is, and then they have the superhero version of it that's like in the same universe. I forget what that's called. Why can't I think of that? I don't know. But it's not that. It's Paw Patrol, but superheroes, but not the superhero thing they already have. Okay. But no, I did not realize that.
I'm lost.
I'll put it off as long as possible. Go ahead.
Cold Anime Fan, how would you react if DJ welded your car?
Okay, Code Anime Fan, I appreciate all the questions, but folks, you don't have to leave super chats. Just leave questions so we can answer some other people's questions. I'm sorry, what was it?
How would you react if DJ welded your car?
Well, that would not make me very happy, but how would you react? I don't think anybody would like that.
Yeah,
How are you welding it? What are you doing to it? You're just using a welder on it, or you're welding something to it, or like what are you doing to it?
Yeah, the welder doesn't know how to do anything but burn a piece of metal back and forth while they shoot the scene. Like I don't.
Oh well, then I'm not concerned.
I would just burn your car up. There'd be burn marks all over.
I'm not
it.
so worried about it. Okay, as few questions as are coming in now, I think what we'll do is we'll see if we get very many more in the next 13 minutes.
All right.
And if not, we'll go ahead and bow out at 2 hours like normal, and then I'll come back for the for After Dark. And thanks a lot for everybody that has asked questions or left super chats so far. Appreciate you guys a lot. And I guess I'll just have to watch Fast and the Furious next year. This might have been a grand scheme so that I could put it off even a lot longer.
AMC Comics.
Yeah.
What is the most recent Lego game you've played? Just curious because it's been a minute since I've heard you talk about them, and a few of the recent ones I'd highly recommend.
Yeah, and I'm just really behind on those. I haven't played any in a long time. I'm trying to think of, because I never buy those right away because they go down in price, pretty quickly after about 6 months to a year. So I was waiting on them. But yeah, I'm behind. I haven't bought the Skywalker saga yet. I need to do that. There was a re-release of Lego Jurassic World on the Switch that I need to pick up because I have it for a different system and I want to get it on Switch. But anyway, I'm just there's a racing game for Lego that just came out that looks really cool that I definitely want to get. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember. I might have been the DC Villains one, but I mean, that's a few years old now. But that might actually be the last one.
All right. Daniverse. Cap,
Yeah.
What if you got inflicted by the black costume? What sort of thing would you do to show your darker emo side?
Whatever it was, it would probably be about as embarrassing as Spider-Man 3, I'd probably cook eggs or something. Like, oh, actually, that wasn't him doing that. That's probably what I would do, though. I would try to be a badass in the kitchen.
Cap would be like, I'm eating cheese, and I don't care what it does to my intestines.
Yeah, exactly. I would make a really hard-edged documentary. I don't know.
Let's see. Ryder wants to know, Cap, have you ever been in love?
Yes. He also asked you that.
Yes, he did say.
The answer
DJ
is
Cap.
yes. Wouldn't it be weird if we said no? I don't even understand that question.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
We got married for practical reasons.
We had married
only.
and had kids with people, but we don't love them.
Yeah, we're revealing that just now.
What are we, chumps?
Let's do one more shot, shall we? 10
Sure.
minutes left on the program.
Cheers. Bottoms up.
Cheers. Yeah, oh yeah, I should have done that earlier. That's a thing people do that are friends and like each other. We should be like, we've never been in love and we don't even like each other, really. We don't just not love people. We don't even like people. You all right?
Yeah, that one got me. Bob Garland. Which Star Trek character would make the best Herald of Galactus? And who from Trek do you want to see as a Herald?
That's really not good. Danifer says he wouldn't wash his hands because he's evil. That's really funny. Okay, so Star Trek character for a Herald of Galactus? I'm thinking of people that have had any of... I think 7 of 9 would be a really good Herald of Galactus. I know I talk about her a lot because she's... I got called out for this the other day. I was like, 7 of 9 is my favorite Star Trek character.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then somebody came in, maybe it was Code Anime Fan, I can't remember. Somebody came in and they were like, but Cap, you've always said that your favorite character is Picard. And then Austin or somebody was like, exposed! It wasn't Austin, I forget who said that. It was really funny. Anyway. But yeah, have 7 of 9 or somebody with like a really tragic backstory like that who becomes a Herald of Galactus so that something like the Borg doesn't happen again. Because, like, I think I've compared the Borg and Galactus before. Like, obviously they're not the same thing, but, like, one's taking away your individuality and the other one is, like, eating your whole planet. But I could see if you had the backstory of the Borg took my humanity, they were trying to take everybody's humanity, and now Galactus is threatening to destroy everyone. I like the irony of you're kind of losing your individuality, or at least your freedom, again in order to save your planet in the same way that Silver Surfer does with his. That's interesting. That's pretty good. So yeah, I think that would have to be my pick.
Nice. You are not drinking enough whiskey, sir. You are very coherent.
Yeah, and I really BS my way through that, which means I definitely have not had enough to drink. Okay, we've got 7 minutes left in the program, unless people want to really beef things up. We can stick around a little bit longer tonight if folks want us to, but we will just base that on interest, guys.
Yeah,
DJ,
this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. DJ's on Central Time Zone.
Yeah, and used to it.
Yeah, used to it and everything. Captain Logan.
What?
Show.
That's the name of the show. Why are you just saying the name of the show? DJ Martinez doesn't have a show. I'm sorry.
I don't have a show. See, we got a
You have a
petition to get
channel,
DJ a
but
show.
you don't have like a show.
I have several shows, but no, none with my name in the title.
That's true.
I'm not that conceited.
You have video. Oh yeah. Hey, I wasn't for the longest time. I did it sort of as a joke. I was like, because for years I always said like, I had co-hosts and brought other people on. I'm like, I don't want to just become the Captain Logan show. And then finally, I had a regular live show, and I was like, I'm going to rename it to the Captain Logan show. I'm going to finally actually do that.
Yeah, because the open forum wasn't really catching on.
No, that was never. Well, it was an okay title for a segment, but it wasn't a show.
Yeah.
Those dry, stupid. I used to be like, I don't know, what's the? I used to be like kind of dry and uptight about stuff. Like I would be as loose and fun as I could on camera, but I'd be like, I try to be all professional and crap. And now I do stuff like,
who needs it?
Let's just put the hitchhiker face in the thumbnail for no reason.
Let's just feature like the Blue's Clues guy for
yeah. Let's just watch that guy. Oh yeah, tell me you weren't entertained. Are you not entertained? Come on now.
The Notebook, yes. Mutale.
Nah, hold on.
Oh gosh, we got another one. Here we go.
A clue.
A clue? Where is it?
Where is it?
There it is. And our clue is Google. You know what we need?
He's in a closet.
Our
Yeah, he's in a closet.
notebook, great.
Or at least it looks like a
So,
closet.
Google.
Those shelves are only in closets.
Let's start by spelling the word Google. Google.
That's
There you
not
go.
that's
all
not
you
the
get.
font. That's not the font that Google uses. They use the G with a double
There
O.
you go. He showed you Google.
He's killing it. He's killing it.
Tell me you're not entertained by that.
I love it and I support it and I want to be
Right?
sponsored by it.
We got to get him on. Oh, we got to get him as a sponsor.
He should be the ad break. When we go on break,
It should just be John Kim Blues Clues videos.
Yes.
We've got to get him affiliated with us.
Yeah,
But he's gonna watch this and be like, "You guys are just making fun of me. I don't want to be there."
no, I just think it's generally funny.
I think it's genuinely fun. What's amazing is when he draws real people.
Oh, I see. I'm not as familiar as you are with the canon of John Kim.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. He'll just pick like a figure skater.
Michelle Kwan.
Okay,
This is
I
Michelle
promise
Kwan.
this will be the last one. I'm going to show you this.
Just went outside today.
I just went outside.
Yeah, I went around the block.
No, a clue.
Oh, you see a clue. Where is it?
Right there.
There it is. And our clue is Alexia Paganini. I know Alexia. She's a Swiss figure skater. She went to the Pyeongchang 2018 Olympics. She was also a former skater from the U.S.
Oh,
You know
that's
what we
fun.
need?
And
Our
educational.
handy dandy
Notebook.
notebook, right. So, let's draw Alexia Paganini in our notebook.
Watch what he does. He's only going to have
Let's
one
start by drawing
distinct
a
feature
circle.
with her and anything else he would draw of
Her
as a
face.
person.
Eyes, nose, mouth, her hair, and down here for her body, her legs, skates.
She's got her skates.
Ew, spot on.
Nicely done.
Her arms and hands.
Good job. He drew a real person.
Better than I could do. AMC Comics, Cap,
We're going to find him.
or DJ, did you ever seek out that Marvel Knights Daredevil 2099 single issue? You know the one where he's the grandson of Wilson Fisk? Thanks.
Do I know the one? Have we talked
don't-
about this?
I don't know the one.
I don't think so.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Wilson Fisk's grandson becomes Daredevil 2099.
I have. Did he say it was a one shot or something? Because I have part of the mini they did, I think, but I've never read it.
I don't know. He says a single issue. Does he have the Spider-Man Unlimited theme song? Because that would be awesome.
No, DJ. It's a comic book.
I
Do
only
you understand how
listen to
comics work?
I only listen to comics while playing music. Someone should do that as a project. I saw this Kickstarter that was like this sound technician, musician who was putting together sound scapes that play while you read Lord of the Rings.
No.
It was like supposed to be timed out for 3 different reading speeds. Like it was pretty intense.
Crazy.
But-
Okay, we've got one more super chat from Mutale.
Yeah, we got
And
2
then,
actually.
yeah, okay. And then if nothing else comes in, we'll probably call it a night. Go ahead.
All right. Mr. Mutale
Thanks, man.
here. He's really trying to get this not Need for Speed.
Need for Speed?
Fast and the Furious thing going. He's been putting in a ton tonight.
Yeah, I
Mutale,
appreciate it. No, sorry that's not going to happen this year, but I'll do it next year.
Would you rather co-write Superman Legacy with Gunn or The Batman Part 2 with Reeves? Also,
Ooh.
how does Jason feel about being your successor?
Wow,
questions there.
that's tough.
Probably the Batman, right? You're a Batman boy.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I almost want to say Legacy just to make sure it's not like too Gunnish.
Yeah, no.
You know,
gotta take
where it's
that
like
off. That's a Gunn
Reeves has got like a style and a direction, and I kind of don't want to mess with that. And Gunn, like I wouldn't mind, giving some ideas to, but that is difficult. I mean, just as far as what I would find more fun to work on, it really depends on what exactly Gunn is making with Superman. Because there's a part of me that actually thinks I probably would be better at writing Superman than Batman if I had to write one. But I don't know. I've never even really done fan fiction or anything for Superman and Batman, so. No, not outside of a Smallville thing I did in the early 2000s, where I guess I worked with somebody that wrote Batman, but I wasn't doing Batman. I've talked about this before. I used to do emo role playing, and there were several groups, and I got kind of known as the guy that could write Lex Luthor. So I was writing Lex Luthor in 3 different groups. Like people kept trying to get me to write Lex Luthor. That got really time consuming. Just writing Lex Luthor all the time and trying to keep 3 continuity straight too.
We are at 50 questions right now. You've answered 50 questions, sir.
Okay, I feel good about that.
You did good. All right, now here's our 51st question. Another super chat from Mutale. If I can find it, I've got so many notes here. Scroll.
He asked something about Jason being like the successor for the channel.
Yes.
We've never had that conversation.
Oh, you've never bequeathed it to him yet?
Yeah, like if something happened to me, would he keep the channel going? That kind of thing. But I would maybe hope he would if he wanted to. I mean, like he could post the kind of research stuff that he's doing here and then do live shows. I think, he's kind of young, but I think he could keep it going, certainly.
Yeah.
He's really good at this for his age. And we've gotten to the point where I can put him on like our bigger stuff for new superhero movies and that kind of thing, and nobody bats an eye. Like, I never get questioned, or I never get comments anymore that's like, why do you have a kid here?
It was funny. He didn't really have thoughts about SpiderVerse because he didn't love it that much. He was like, I don't really have thoughts.
Yeah,
but
he kind of just sat with us there, but
he brought up some really great points that I didn't even think of. So I was glad he was there.
Yeah, no, he definitely contributes.
Yeah, of
but
course.
like when he really knows his stuff, like, he's a major asset. Like I had him. It was just me and him on the Mario movie, and I'm glad we didn't have anybody else there because we talked almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah, you guys. He's the best co-host you have for that. Last one from you, Tale. Would you rather have Goose cat? Goose, would you rather have Goose the cat or Cosmo the dog as a pet?
Cosmo? I don't even remember. What is Goose the cat?
Goose is from Captain Marvel. What is Cosmo?
Oh, well, I hate Goose. Well, Cosmo is from Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't like. Yeah, you haven't seen 3 or the Christmas special, but that's also a comic book. Like, so, some of us have been waiting for them to finally make Cosmo a major character. Yeah, I hate that cat with like a burning passion. I forgot that's what its name was. I hate it that much.
All right, so that's easy. Second part also.
You know what? I'm upset because I put on a Hawaiian shirt with dinosaurs and nobody's commented on it.
I noticed right away, but that's because we talked about it before we started.
Nobody said anything. I went through the effort of changing on the break.
Sorry, man. They don't respect your artistic endeavors.
They really don't. They really don't.
No respect for the captain.
Yeah. So, don't turn me into Rodney Dangerfield. Anyway.
All right, so 52. This is the 52nd question here. Also.
Oh, good. Well, at least we got to 52 against. It's not the new 52, but it's 52. Good. Sorry.
What famous people in history would you guys want to be descendants of?
So if you could pick your bloodline retroactively?
I mean, someone that's super wealthy?
It's kind of weird. Yeah, right. Yeah, because I mean...
Rockefeller.
There's a lot of pressure to be a descendant of somebody that was, really famous and cool, and you kind of want to, like, make your own name. So I don't know that you necessarily want that, unless, like you said, you just want the practicality of being born into a lot of money. Rockefeller, yeah. You're like, whose kid do you wish you were? Anybody I say will make it sound like I don't like my father or my mother.
I'm happy where I was born. I wouldn't be the same person, obviously, if I was born into some other family.
It's like, man, I sure wish I was Zack Snyder's son. No, not so much. And you might think I would say somebody like Fred Rogers or something, but like, it sounds like that was a hard house to grow up in from his kids. Like, you think about how high the expectations would be to be the like kids of Fred Rogers. I don't think I'd want that.
Yeah, that's a super vague question, or super broad question. Excuse me.
Thomas Lowe says nobody bats an eye at my dinosaur Hawaiian shirt. This just makes me want to eat a crap ton of pineapple.
Let's do it.
And chicken.
You got an hour before or after dark. You can eat all the pineapple you want. You can
That's
go to the store
true.
and buy some pineapple for after dark.
Oh, you think there's not pineapple in this house? Like, what the hell are you talking about? DJ, thanks so much for doing the show while you're out of town, man.
Absolutely, man. It's always a pleasure. Always a blast.
I appreciate it. I hope everybody had a good time with us. This was a super silly, weird one. So I got away from the rapid fire because I had to introduce you guys to John Kim. But we still got to 52 in 2 hours. That's pretty good.
And
not
we
bad.
almost asked all the questions that were asked. There's just like three to five left. So
Sure, yeah. But I mean, if we'd been faster, maybe more questions would have come in. I don't know.
maybe so.
But thank you guys so very much. I can't stop looking at John Kim. We got to find this guy. Try to get him on.
I'm down. I'll be back in my regular habitat. I won't be in the gym.
A clue? Where is it?
Behind you.
There it is. And our clue is Cartoon Network. I love watching Cartoon Network when I was young. Hey, you know what we gotta do? Draw a Cartoon Network in our handy dandy
Notebook, right?
notebook, right? Start by drawing a square.
Yeah, it looks like there might be 25 or 30, but...
And the letter C
And also, how long are they going to make
for
those?
Cartoon Network.
You better
Because, like,
stock up.
there's a show on right now, but when there's not... But see, he just writes words. Good
That's
job.
not drawing.
And sometimes he doesn't... Sometimes he gets too close to the edge. It's like- so good.
No retakes. They're all one takes. They're all the first take.
You guys have to tell me what you think of John Kim.
Everybody go subscribe. Everyone subscribe.
Yeah, everybody subscribe to John Kim. Give this guy as much love as possible.
Let him know that Geekvolution sent you.
Tell him that I sent you there, and that we want him on the Captain Logan show, and that we want him to sponsor the Captain Logan show. We need Arnold Kim. We need John Kim. Arnold Kim. I think we have a subscriber named Arnold Kim. Maybe we need John Kim to be affiliated with Geekvolution. But yeah, Jason got him to draw a clock.
See, that's something I would think that you would draw, not logos. with
Yeah,
text-
and like
with a bunch of
characters.
text. Or real life human beings.
Yeah, okay. I promise this is the last one. I think I said that earlier.
Just came back from Dick's Sporting Goods.
But yeah-
I saw all the T-shirts and all the sporting equipments.
He saw the equipments.
Oh wait,
Oh.
you see a clue? Where is it?
Behind you.
There it is. And our clue is a clock. It's a way for me to make sure what time it is. You know what we need?
That's
Our
true.
notebook, right?
Just spitting straight
So,
facts.
Let's draw a clock in our notebook. We can start by drawing a big circle
That clock doesn't even have a transparent
and the
background.
numbers.
Now he's just writing numbers.
Big arrow,
I think part of the reason I like this is it makes me feel like I can draw.
the hour.
I just love that there's no outro. It just poof, straight to the end. I love it.
AMC says I like DJ's idea of him during the interludes on the Captain Logan show. We may do that. Yeah, if we can get him
Bottoms up.
affiliated and with us on it. I don't want to just do it. I want to make sure he's cool with it. I mean, I know I played a bunch of him tonight, but I don't want to like regularly have him in the because everybody's gonna think that he's part of the channel if we do that.
Hey, maybe he should be.
But wouldn't it be great if I could get him to do a bunch of like comic stuff? I was like, oh, Batman. I like Batman. I remember watching him when I was young.
Well, he could draw all the superhero icons. He could draw the
Yeah.
Superman S, the 2099 Spider.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be difficult. That would take a while.
He's like, a clue. Where is it? Oh, I see. It's a clue on Red Lanterns.
Yeah, he really needs a superhero arm of his channel.
But no, we have to
Branch out.
interview this guy and figure out what possessed him.
Yeah.
He's so committed
Yeah, out of nowhere.
out of nowhere.
Is he on? I'm going to check and see if he's on other platforms. See if he's
Yeah.
uploading these to. Probably not though, because they're all wide. If he was
true.
uploading shorts, which they absolutely should be.
They should
because
be
they're
shorts.
short. And then he could upload. He could also upload them to Instagram
You know,
Reels
he'd
and
actually
TikTok.
probably catch on quicker if he did him as shorts.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing these as full
Regular videos.
widescreen videos. when
Dude,
they're
everything
so short.
about this is a massive conundrum. But I love him. Like, I seriously want to become friends with this guy. We're gonna do it. This is my new goal in life. We gotta make this guy a friend of the channel. All right, thank you guys for being here. I hope you had a wonderful time. We'll see you again real
sure
soon.
did.
And I'll be back in about an hour on After Dark for Patreon. So if you're not currently a patron, go to patreon.com/geekvolution. The $2 tier gets you access to the nonsense and madness that will ensue later. I might drink more. I don't know, it's possible. I'll probably eat some pineapple. We're going to read some Sonic High School, so you'll get to hear me say profanity and sexual things that I don't want to have to read, but it's there, so I do. And that's not the whole show, though. And then we'll talk about some interesting topics, and you can bring in some interesting topics, and we'll talk about things that are unusual, hopefully. Anyway.
It's not unusual to be in love. Anyway. Let's do it.
I don't know
Am I
what this
doing it?
high is that we were on tonight. What's up, DJ?
I don't think I'm doing it. Maybe I'll do it. Who knows? Maybe I'll come back. Who knows?
Yeah, well, you're welcome. You're always welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate the offer.
All right, we'll see you later, folks. I was Captain Logan, and this was DJ Martinez. And we really appreciate you guys. And I don't have... Oh, I accidentally X'd out the music I usually play at the end of the show, so you know what's going to be, right? You know
So
what
to
it's gonna
send us
be.
off, Cap's going to draw for you. In his handy dandy notebook.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you later.
Wanna take you for a ride. 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 Wanna take you for a ride.
Hey, guess what my favorite color is?
A clue!
It's green.
No, a clue!
Oh, wait. You see a clue. Where?
Behind you!
There it is. And our clue is Clifford. Well, Clifford is one of those TV characters from Clifford the Big Red Dog. I used to watch Clifford the Big Red Dog when I was really young on PBS Kids. Hey, you know what we gotta do? Draw Clifford in our handy dandy notebook, right. So, let's draw Clifford the Big Red Dog in our notebook. Let's start by drawing his head, the eyes, the mouth, the ears, eyebrows, circle for a body, his legs,